Welcome back to Songs of Syx. As you can see, done a little bit of planning and made a little training ground area. This will be the start of our military area. And we can get on going. Let's actually build some of these roads in this training ground. And in the meantime, actually, let's add some wood storage. And let's start planning out another little warehouse here. Where is it actually? It's... I can find it. I can never find stuff in this. Here we go. Let's make another storage area right about here, I think, along this smaller road. It's gonna be fine here. I think it is. It should be fine here. It's not gonna be a too big storage area because we only need to store some shields, some weapons, perhaps some bows a little bit later on. That would be kinda big. I think it should be fine. Let's make it this size. Okay, that's gonna give us a lot of storage, but that's exactly what we need for our military area. Let's give them a couple of doors, just in case they need to come in through another place. Perhaps I should have given them a couple of doors to go to that side, because I will be expanding the area a little bit more to here. We'll need another carpenter. The efficiency is not quite 100%. Oh, here we go. Valiantus, oh glorious Valiant. It's been too long. We must get together sometime and go onks hunting, nay? I'll have my emissaries contact you for the arrangement. Do you mind if I borrow some stuff from you? I'll pay you back tomorrow. Will you pay me back though? I mean, that is our closest neighbor. Can't just be... Can be friendly with him for now. Or we actually get an army set up. Oh, and I managed to get 100% in this. It's perfect. Give them a little door. That is gonna be our proud shield maker. And actually, we have a whole bunch of technology points. Let's invest those in something. Let's invest them in some better roads, because that gives us spoilage, which is actually pretty good. It's gonna reduce the rate at which everything spoils. It's pretty costly as far as technologies go, but should be fine. The other thing we should get, I think, is the tavern, which also gives us the food stall upgrades. Let's see if we can actually upgrade them. No, we can't. We need some pottery. That gives me an idea to make a clay pit. How far is the closest clay? Oh, it's pretty far. It's actually pretty far. And I don't think we have any clay other places. Let's make a clay pit here, I guess. And let's give them some storage. Be in the middle here. Give them some auxiliaries because they increase the production. Okay, and we're at 100% efficiency. And have a 66 workers in here. That's quite a lot, actually. Let's make it. It's gonna be very far away from our place, though. I think we will actually need to build some houses here. Because it's very far away from our current houses, I don't think it's gonna reach to the clay pits. We also have all these jobs here, so let's just give them a moment to let's suspend making the clay pit for now, because we have all these jobs here. Let's give them a moment to do these jobs. Okay. Our second carpenter is done. Start making some shields. Our military warehouse is done. We can rename it to military warehouse. Let's employ a person to work here. And let's start storing some things here. Let's store some things that the shield maker is gonna make, or is gonna need to make shields. And then let's store some shields. Let's have like 8 crates of shields, I think. And actually add crates for the other things as well. I'm not sure what we're gonna use for melee weapons at first. Perhaps even warhammers. It's not really a weapon of the elves, but I think we could get them pretty quickly. I just checked the technology screen here. For archer, we need like 700. And where's the other stuff? Perhaps it's here. Yeah, it's here. In makeshift weapons, we need 200 research. Okay. That means we need a couple more people working in our labs. Let's take in all of these immigrants, because we need some more workers. I think we can keep the recruit limit at 20. That should be fine. So now, slowly, some of our workers who potentially have jobs or are odd jobbers are doing training. That means we have -3 workforce. But I made this training ground relatively small so we can avoid having issues and slowdowns. For example, all our food stall workers and all our lavatory workers and janitors, like if everybody went to training, then we would have no stuff being done. And if we are limiting the training to like 20 people, those 20 will train up slowly but surely, then they will get added to this division, and then another 20 recruits will start. So I'm pretty new to this stage of the game where you start making a little bit of an army. I know that it will reduce the chance of being raided, which is slowly going up right now. It's at 5.3%. But then I'm not exactly sure how the recruits and actual soldiers work, like soldiers on the map. I think if you start sending out soldiers on the map, you need a supply depot. For that, you need to make rations and drink rations. And then you can dedicate some of your workers to be full-time warriors and start sending them out on raiding missions or conquering missions. Yeah, we'll see how that goes. For now, we're just training up a little division of soldiers. Here we go, we have our first soldier. and has been trained up and is a little bit capable of doing the very minimal amount of combat. Here we go, we have 2 now. So slowly they will just start ticking up to 50. So at this stage of the game, we kind of want to, of course, keep storing meat so it's not left out somewhere. Perhaps store a little bit more wood. And then we just basically want to start exporting something so we can get a treasury built up. We can get a couple more immigrants. And then we can make a nursery. I think we can get on doing all of that. I think our main export is gonna be furniture, at least for the start. Because we have a bunch of wood, we just need to keep working that wood into furniture. And then slowly start exporting whatever furniture we're not using. Have it like over... Nah, let's have it like over 60%. I don't want to make any jobs right now because we need just a little bit of time to actually get the army built up. I think that should be reducing our raid chances. Okay, it's down to 2.6%. We're just that little bit safer right now than we were before. We do have some shields being made, so I think we can edit this. Start giving them some shields. Even though they don't have weapons, at least they will have a shield, you know. Add some health to them, a little bit of defenses. It's better than nothing. These pastures just don't seem to be working at full capacity. Perhaps another worker? Oh, we don't get a bonus on this, so actually we need a couple more workers here, I think. Maybe 8 should be fine. But let's see if I add auto-employ in this, if it helps. Because I think this one is stable, it has full animals. Yeah, I think it employed another herder here, so... Here we go. They added some more lizards. Good. That actually reminds me to store some eggs. Oh, and look at that. We have started gaining some money. We have exported a couple furnitures. And we have 20 more to export, actually. We do have only one neighbor to trade with. They're not that big though. They're at 370 people. We're at 100 people. With some army training. And a little bit of preparations. We can perhaps go and enslave them soon. Make them pay taxes. Or something. I don't know how it actually works. We're gonna find out. Oh, and I probably build this. There's a slaver. No thanks, we don't need anything right now. I think I built this carpenter over the herbs. We had like a little deposit of herbs here, which is now gone. Well, it's not gone, it's just under our carpenter now. That is actually not the best location for it. Could have used... Well, to be fair, it's a very tiny amount of herbs, so we don't necessarily need them. We will probably be importing some herbs. How is the happiness looking? It's looking pretty good, actually. Should we give our people a little bit more wood to use? Because we're still at our storage capacity for wood. Might as well use it. There's still some wood laying around. Okay, let's skip the time a little bit. So we can finish training up our soldiers. It did decrease the raid chance to 0.6%, which is amazing, actually. Oh, and we finally finished building the orchard. To which we can decrease a couple of those workers. Because we have a good skill. Our species is pretty inclined to doing orchardry. I think it's a bit weird with the pastures because of the size I made them. They can't quite decide if they need like 5 or 4 workers. If I reduce the worker amount, then 2 animals are gonna start dying or some shit. Oh well. I think it's fine for now. Okay, we started using up some of our wood now. We have some more recruits training. Aren't they like... Or are they like retraining their... Like keep their training up? I'm not too sure. I think I can increase their melee training a little bit. Just gonna force them into more training. Okay, let's give them a moment to do that. And let's start getting some more people in. But just before doing that, I will build them some more houses so they can come in and start building houses for themselves. Let's make a couple big houses here. Maybe like this. I'm not sure how I want to make it like at this area. Maybe we should leave it open like that. Kinda. Build a couple houses like this. Okay, I think that looks kind of fine. We're gonna need some roads here actually. Didn't really leave a place for like a big tree in here. Should I maybe remove one of those houses? Put a big tree in there. Oh yeah, they should love that. Nice tree in there and maybe a bench. Bench like that. Just fill it up with a little road. And let's take in 22 immigrants. That's gonna increase our population quite a bit. And drop our loyalty by a tiny bit. Hopefully our people can keep up with that. Oh, it's back to 100. We're all good. We will need to start thinking about a woodcutting area for sustainably growing wood. Because right now we just take like a little bit of a forest, chop it down manually, and that kind of gets us going for wood. Once we have more people, more houses, all of them are gonna start using some wood to upgrade those houses with like flooring and rudimentary furniture, I guess. And then they will start using some wood just yearly to keep that up, like maintain their floors and whatnot. So for that, we're gonna need some woodcutters. I don't want to be constantly worried about cutting some trees for them. Like, the goal should be to make somewhat of a self-sustaining capital, with the exception being some exports and imports that we do. That way, when people die, they can just... Well, new people are gonna be born in nurseries, brought up as children, can start educating them, and the whole cycle is gonna continue. Because 129 population is actually not that much. You can raise it in this game to a lot. And this whole map that we have, we can be exploiting basically all of it, or a big part of it, later on in the game. That all should be really fun. Let's check how our janitors are doing. Pretty good. I place the janitors conveniently in the middle, or where it will be the middle of our grounds. So for now they're doing a good job. Actually, we haven't built a market for our people. Would be a grand time to build it. Should we just do a huge market like right in here? Okay, the last one is gonna have a little smaller walkthrough. It should be fine. Let's get this market built. Oh, and I kinda built up our throne room a little bit with this double stone walls and a stone ceiling. I'm not exactly sure if it's gonna help at all or not against invasions, but just a little bit bigger, so perhaps it helps a little bit. Not too sure, not too sure. We need to do some more testing. We need to experience a couple raids. But we also want to be kind of prepared for them, if we can. Okay, we have place for 40 more people. Should we take in a good 16 of them? Oh, and that actually takes us over 140 population, which unlocks the ration maker. Ration maker? Ration maker, I think. And the army supply depot, which both are gonna be useful things. And Apprentice is a conqueror. It is time we look to our offensive capabilities. With a military supply depot, we can now supply an army away from our town, either for aggressive or defensive purposes. Amazing. The raid chance is increasing though. Perhaps we should train another division pretty soon. Let's actually do that sooner rather than later. Oh, we still have our main division training. Let's have them training for a little bit. Okay, so what I did now was disable the wares that can be stored in this market stall, like stored and sold. Because half of that stuff we don't have, and livestock, for example, we are still using to expand our pastures. They can just sell some wood, sell some furniture, even though we... Well, actually, we don't want to sell them furniture now. We can get some stone, wood, and clothes. For now. Now that should be fine. Yeah, our food production should be fine. I think we should be holding out pretty good on that. Should we think about making a... where is it actually? A ration maker. Needs herbs. That's what I needed herbs for. So we're gonna have to either import them or make a farm. And our people are pretty good at farming herbs. So I guess we can think of making some farms. Let's make a herb farm like this size. Don't have any fruit stored, so I think we need to expand this farm. Can we expand this one, or... Yes, we can. Would be perfect. Let's expand this so it's... Think about this size. Kind of want to farm in here as well, maybe. Maybe we could just put like a pasture there or something. Let's expand this farm a little bit. And let's make not a cotton farm. Let's make another grain farm here. Oh, whoops. I cancelled it. Here we go. And while we're at it, I think we could add another pasture. And keep them as auto-employ. Why not? Let's add another Globdian pasture. Because I kinda like them. Now, I'm not sure where should we add it actually. We could just keep adding some more pastures like this way. Grab something like this. That way we will cut down some of this forest as well, get some trees going. Oh look, the huts can be bigger. Let's make some bigger huts. Or just one of the bigger huts is enough. Make one like in the center then. Here. Nice. Construct that. We do need more leather. Oh, and we can get on building the clay pit. Let's activate this job. How do I want to connect it up to the village? Connecting up like through here I think would be best. But they will prioritize going through, I think. Perhaps expanding like this road. That's gonna be... excuse me. That's gonna be a wonky road. Do I want to make it curve a little, maybe? I'm kind of trying to make the curve, but... it's very slowly curving the way I want. I mean, that's kind of fine, I guess? No? No, perhaps not. That's not nice. I want to make it like a little smoother if I can. That's just making it more wonky. Okay, actually, that's not too bad. I can live with that. Okay, it's actually pretty good. It curves up right up to the fertile area of the water. Just not too bad. So I can do it like a little like this. Something like that. Maybe a little curve down. Okay, that didn't quite work. That's a weird curve, but we can live with it. Okay, for the time being, that should be fine for a road. Yeah, a lot of that road is not gonna be even reached by our janitors. But it is what it is. We're gonna have to build a couple houses for them there. Perhaps a janitor. Maybe a little warehouse. Well, actually, we're gonna have to make a little clay pit village, I guess, here. Because we're gonna have to give them basically all the necessities they need. Like a little stage, a little speaker, maybe a little lavatory, a janitor. I don't know if they need local food production. If we have like a... Perhaps they need like a little local warehouse. I don't know if we're gonna do all that. That seems like a lot of work just to get a clay pit going. I think importing all the clay is gonna be expensive as well, so I don't think that's a good option either. Well, we'll have to see. For now, we need to build this road and we need to build these farms, so let's skip a little bit of time. And this pasture, actually. We have a lot of works. A lot of jobs going all at once. I wanna check that hut, actually. Oh, look at that. It's a nice little hut in the middle. I like that, actually. One of our subjects has gotten sick. Oh no. I think that means we're kinda not doing a good job on cleaning, perhaps? No, everything looks okay-ish. The hunter's not getting enough attention, I don't think. Let's add a couple janitors just in case. But I think we're actually getting to a pretty high population now, so sooner or later we will have a sick person. And let's get these warhammers going. So we can do the last thing of this episode, which is making another carpenter. It's gonna be slightly bigger than the last carpenter. We can connect them up, I think, like that. Let's get a storage area for them. Get a couple workbenches set up. Maybe this big. And maybe another one in here. Sure. And let's try to make this 100% efficiency. There we go. Let's put the little door. Maybe another door. Why not? Let's build that. Okay, that's where our workers are. They're building this road to the clay pit. I don't know, it feels like a cursed road. We're building it, but it's not gonna be used that much for now. Unless I do end up making this clay pit village. Which actually is not a bad idea, we could do it. Actually, guys, let me know what you think. Should we do a clay pit village here? Or is there like another good way to make sure that the houses for the workers reach to the clay pit? Because I was playing this game a little bit in my free time, like off camera. And I had a farming area like pretty far away from my main area. Like from my main houses. And the workers working in the farms, they could not find housing. Because all the housing was basically like in the city center. And they were working like way off on like on the other, basically on the other side of the map. So I had to make them a little village. I think that's kind of what we're gonna be doing here to get this clay going. Perhaps we should even make the village like around here. Or like around this curve of the road. So that it can reach also to the gems. Because there is like a gem deposit here. I'm not sure how big it is, but... we can... oh, I can check. It is actually pretty big. So we will probably be exploiting that for some gems. We can sell them or make jewelry and then sell the jewelry. Okay, let's get on making some more hammers. Perhaps 6 carpenters should be enough doing that. This way we can start giving some... oh no, they cannot wear shields and warhammers? No way. I was not planning for that. Then how do you make these falcatas? I guess we need a smithy for that. Aw, shucks. Well, I guess we're gonna need another division then. Which is going to be... maybe a little bit smaller. Let's say 30 guys. So they can wear or use warhammers then. I think they should be pretty good against like unprepared raiders. Perhaps. I'm not too sure. Let's give them an icon that resembles them being the strike force. Let's give them this green axe, why not? Okay, this will keep our training ground busy as well. Okay, let's take in 10 more people. And I think I will be leaving you there for this episode. So make sure to let me know if you're liking this series. Leave some comments. I will be continuing this anyway. At least for a couple more episodes. I want to see how big I can actually get a city. And then get some territories captured. As the title of the series says, it's Pleb to Emperor series. So perhaps we can even capture the whole region, which, if I scroll out and show you the map, it's pretty huge. So I'm not sure if we're gonna do all of that. But if we could get perhaps our region, perhaps this area and the side of the mountain captured, perhaps up until the deserts of humans here, or something like that. I think that should be a pretty good end to the series. But you know, that might take 100 or like 80 episodes, so I'm not sure if we are gonna do it. But yeah, enjoyed this longer episode today, and I'll see you next time.